So Midnight, like the other previous expansion, is going to bring some new world events for us to do. We have this one, the Samiccus Soiree. 4 new reputations, gameplay, and rewards to be had. I'll be honest, I didn't participate in a lot of the world events, other than maybe like the first couple weeks of the War Within expansion. I didn't care for the theater and all that other shit. I just didn't want to do it. And the good thing is you never have to do these things. But maybe, just maybe, these new ones at Midnight could be really fun. So let's check this one out here from Mr. GM in the Samiccus Soiree. I'm sure I'm saying that shit wrong. Here we go. Let's get in.
Hello there and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to talk about a soiree. Yes, we're going to talk about Samiccus Soiree. This is a brand new Midnight World event that takes place in the Eversong Woods that involves different reputations and things like that. So yeah, it's a pretty interesting event. But before we jump into everything about this soiree, I just want to give a massive shout out to all of our channel members and everyone over on the Patreon. Just so I'm posting over there fairly regularly, and if you want to support me in that way, there's a link down below.
Very nice.
Okay, so Samiccus Soiree is one of the Midnight World events. There are 4 in total that take place in each of the Midnight Zones, and this is the one in the Eversong Woods. Now, this is unlocked at max level through a pretty simple questline that starts in Silvermoon, and if you do want to do this on your low-level alts while leveling, you can do that once it is unlocked, but you will need to be max level just to unlock it initially. Now, this event involves the reputations of the Eversong Woods, so it does involve the Silvermoon Court. Now, the Silvermoon Court is the general reputation for the Eversong Woods. Now, this isn't the only way to gain reputation for it, but it is one of the ways, and this will be like a part of your gameplay loop to grind that.
Some sort of dinner party or something. It's kind of reminding me of, didn't Suramar have something like this? You guys remember doing the Suramar quest lines, and I think they had some sort of dinner party, or maybe I'm thinking of the dungeon in Suramar where you had to go to the dinner party and figure out who the fuck was the spy or whatever. I do remember that shit. The Venthyr, yes, that's what it was. Shadowlands and the Venthyr had some party shit that we had to do. Yes, yeah. Good recall on that one. Shadowlands has been deleted from my mind. I often have a hard time recalling shit from that expansion because it was so traumatic for me.
However, the more important part of this is the 4 sub-factions that are involved in the soiree. These are the Blood Knights, the Fast Riders, the Magisters, and Shades of the Row. And each of those has 6 ranks with 500 reputation per level. Now, the ranks are Interloper, Guest, Socialite, Trendsetter, Host, and Luminary at the max rank. And each of the representatives of...
This looks like something our peers are going to absolutely love. That's what it looks like.
Of them reputations actually says above their nameplate, which is a nice little touch there. I do like that. So how does this actually work? What is the gameplay here?
Yeah, tell us.
Each week on your warband, you're going to choose one of the reputations to represent. Yeah, sounds familiar.
Yeah.
This is from the quest Favor of the Court. So
I'll be honest, I don't like this system. I've never liked the choose your reputation to grind system. I don't know. Just give me one. Just give me one. It makes me think too much, and I don't want to have to think too much. And then I got to go look up shit like, oh, which one gives the items that I want. And it just, like, it was okay when it was just like Scryers and Elders or whatever back in, Burning Crusade day. But I think once you get to like 4 of these things, it's like, oh, come on. This is a bit too much in terms of choice. Just give me 2 or something to pick from.
So essentially here you are choosing one of the factions to invite to the soiree. Now, choosing a specific faction will also increase or reduce the amount of reputation on one or more of the other factions. Now, I gotta say, I'm actually not sure what happens at max here. Like, I assume once you hit max rank, you just don't go down, essentially, but I guess we'll find out. Maybe you'll just constantly be going up and down with these reputations as you farm it out for the rest of your life. So, I'm not sure on that one. Now, choosing a faction will unlock the big weekly quest for that faction, which is to do the Defending the Runestone weekly activity. Now, we'll talk about that a little bit more in detail in a moment, but this weekly quest does reward everything you'd expect. It rewards a weekly pinnacle cache, which obviously contains gear and Voidlight Marl and things like that. You also get reputation with that specific sub-faction. You'll also get 150 Brimming Arcana, which is used to purchase the rewards, and you'll also get reputation for the main zone reputation of Silvermoon Court. So this is kind of your big main weekly quest for this event. Now, once you choose your faction, you'll also get 3 Samiccus favor items. Now, these items can be given to the other factions to unlock additional weekly quests, which do reward various amounts of the new currency, reputation for that faction, and coffer key shards. Now, you can actually give these all to the faction.
Oh, God. See, that's the main play when it comes to gearing, and I completely forgot about that. It's the coffer keys. That's why you're going to want to do these things. You get the coffer keys, you go into your delve every week. Don't forget, like, those coffer keys, unlocking that extra piece of loot in the delves, that extra piece of loot, Blizzard buffed it like halfway through the War Within. That shit was giving like really relevant gear. I'm talking like high heroic level raid gear coming out of those things. So, you know, there'll be a reason to do these, even if you're not just into RP. You'll be getting coffer keys and getting good gear out of this thing.
You've already chosen as well if you do just want to kind of hyper-focus on that. But basically, for every favor you hand out, that unlocks a new weekly quest.
Sounds
and you
exhausting.
get 3 a week. And these quests are pretty simple for the most part. Just kind of killing stuff, filling the bar, picking up stuff. Kind of regular sort of quests that you would get. Now, you can do these again on alts if you do want to get more of the currency, but they don't actually reward reputation. On top of all of this, there's also a weekly bonus objective. This is super simple. It is just to fill the bar and clean up around the soiree, which is just interacting with things, and this rewards 25 of the brimming arcana. I said a couple things about the currencies here, so let's deep dive into these. There are 2 currencies at play here. You have latent arcana and you have brimming arcana.
Jesus Christ, somebody am I being a negative bitch today? I feel like I'm being a negative bitch today. Maybe I should just stop. I mean, I didn't drink enough coffee yet this morning. It's just okay, we got another currency. Give me the rep, Blizzard. Okay, I got to pick a rep. Now I got 2 currencies in this event, too. Jesus Christ.
So let's start with Latent Arcana. This is a warbound currency, which is in your bag for some reason, and this is used to empower the runestones around the Eversong Woods.
Okay.
Now, the runestone system is a weekly event that takes place in the Eversong Woods, and essentially once everyone has donated enough Latent Arcana and the bar reaches 100, the Void will attack the runestone. And what you got to do here is what you'd expect, is fill the bar and defend the runestone and defeat the boss, and once that's done, that will complete the event. And as said, that is a requirement for the big weekly quest here. There are 5 different runestones across the Eversong Woods.
Okay, so it's not really like a spending currency, it's a fill the bar currency. That's not too bad, I guess.
But each of them is basically the same. Now, the Latent Arcana does come from all the weekly quests, but you can also pick it up from around the zone. Each of the factions will have sort of their own container for it, but essentially they're just chests that do spawn around the zone, and you can fly around and collect those. And
I'm not going to lie, this whole aesthetic, because I played BC back then, and I made a Blood Elf, just to see. I hated the Horde, but I had to make a Blood Elf because they were, they were hot as shit. But going through these zones again, and all this floating, artistic elven aesthetic, I can't wait for it. I actually love these zones, and I love the music in these zones.
Around the zone, and you can fly around and collect those and collect more to contribute to the runestones.
I'm going to be nostalgic as hell.
Now, the other currency at play here is Brimming Arcana. Now, this is warbound and in the currency tab. Now, this is rewarded from all of the weekly quests around the soiree and is used to purchase the rewards from the various sub-faction vendors. So let's talk about that.
So there is 1 currency to purchase it and 1 to fill the bar shit. All right.
So each of the reputations has different rewards at different levels. So let's start by looking at the Blood Knight rewards. So at guest level for the Blood Knights, you can unlock the Ensemble Blood Knights Elegant Regalia for 100 Arcana. At Socialite level, you can unlock the Rack of Silvermoon Arms decor for 150. At Trendsetter rank, you can unlock the Blood Knights Dignitaries Trappings for 100 Arcana. At Host rank, you can unlock the Blood Knights Champion Tabard Transmog for 100. And an enchanting recipe for the animated Cinderai Hammer decor for 200. At the final rank of Luminary, you can unlock the Blood Knights Socialite Attire for 100 and the Blood Knights Recruit Shield Transmog for 200. For the Fast Riders at guest rank, you can unlock the Fast Riders Elegant Regalia for 100. At Socialite, you can get the Fast Riders Comfy Cushion decor for 150. At Trendsetter with the Fast Riders, you can get the Ensemble Fast Riders Dignitary Wraps for 100 Arcana. At Host rank, you can get the Gilded Lightwood Wardrobe decor for 150 Arcana. You also be able to purchase the inscription recipe for the Cinderai Phoenix Quill decor for 200 Arcana. And at the final rank of Luminary, you can unlock the Fast Riders Socialite Attire for 100 Arcana and the Fast Riders Quiver backpiece for 200.
Cheeky.
For the Magisters, at guest rank, you can unlock the Magisters Elegant Regalia for 100. At Socialite, you can get the Sunlit Glass Mirror decor for 150. At Trendsetter, you can get the Magister's Dignitaries Trappings for 100 Arcana. Okay. At Host, you can get the Gentle
None of these
Floating
items are really doing it for me.
150 Arcana, and the Enchanting Recipe for the Animated Cinderite cool. Pick Decor for 200. And at the final rank, Luminary, you can get the Ensemble Magister's Socialite Attire for 100, and the Pet Flicker for 200. Dude, and the final sub-faction, Shades of the Row.
Yeah, I mean, I'd like going through these items. None of them are my kind of thing. A lot of them are decor related, obviously, and stuff. But usually if Blizzard gives a mount, then I'll try for it. Other than that, really the only reason why I'm probably going to do these events is just for a coffer key, one-off coffer key if I need one.
At guest rank, you can get the Pilfered Elegant
the pick
Regalia
and the hammer
for 100.
Look cool. I will admit
At
that.
Socialite, you get the Crimson Lightwood Privacy Screen Decor for 150. At Trendsetter, you can get the Pilfered Dignitaries Trappings for 100. At Host rank, you can get the Murder Row Wine Decanter Decor for 150. And you can also purchase the Enchanting Recipe for the Self-Pouring Thalassian Sunwine Decor
Those
for
animated
200.
ones are cool.
And at Luminary, you can get the Pilfered Socialite Attire for 100 and the Gilded Sunlance Polearm for 200 Arcana. And finally, with the Soiree, there are a couple of achievements linked to this. So we have Life of the Party. This is to reach maximum reputation with each of the Silvermoon Court factions in Eversong Woods. So that is all the sub-factions. And it actually does reward a mount, the Umbral Dragonhawk, which is, of course, one of the new Dragonhawk.
There it is. Okay. Okay, we saw this Dragonhawk data mined a while back. I remember looking at this, and I told you guys, this blacked out and gold colorway of this Dragonhawk might be the coolest Dragonhawk in the game. Other than, you know, you got the pre-expansion, Voidy, light one. This one,
models.
Holy crap, look at that thing. That's a badass-looking Dragonhawk. Okay, there might be a reason to do this. She's cute.
That is coming in midnight, so yeah, you actually get a mount from this. You also have the achievement, The Party Must Go On.
Get all
this is
the
to invite all 4 factions to Sathril's Haven in Eversong Woods. This rewards the Eversong Feast Platter Decor, and you also have another achievement called Runestone Rush, and this is just to defend all of the runestones in Eversong Woods, so there are 5 of those in total. This doesn't reward anything other than achievement points. So yeah, there you go. That is Satharil's Soiree, one of the world events in midnight. I will be covering all the other 3 in separate videos as well, so keep an eye out for that. Let me know in the comments your thoughts on this. Obviously, a bit of shades of Undermine here and a little bit of shades of Arge with the different factions and things like that. A little bit different, though, with the way that it works. So yeah, it seems interesting. So guys, if you did like this video, please do leave a like on it and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. If you want to support me outside of YouTube, I'm also on Patreon, and I'm on Twitter at MrGMYT, and I have a partnered Discord channel as well. And also I am streaming on twitch.tv/MrGM. If you want to see me stream World of Warcraft, Midnight Pre-Patch, Midnight Launch, any sort of WoW, over on twitch.tv/MrGM.
Yes, he is. We watch him all the time.
Guys, I'll see you next time.
A nice video. Not the nicest event. The whole thing about choosing your reputation grind, I don't know, just makes it feel like it's a quad grind. They did the same thing. A lot of you guys mentioned it in chat when he brought it up. It looks like the cartels. And that's how I felt. I was like, why? Every day I got to choose. Every week I got to choose which one of these to grind out. And a lot of times by the week I forgot to fucking pick at the beginning of the reset. So I spent time doing shit that didn't even count towards my reputations, which felt bad. But maybe I'm just an idiot who can't remember to do shit correctly. Anyways, there it is, another reputation grind. Good for coffer keys, and that Dragonhawk mount was pretty badass. Nice video from Mr. GM.